I want to say it was about 10 to 12 years ago the game Mortal Online launched, and I went into the game. At that time I was trying all the MMOs, and I tried it on pretty much in that first couple days that it was live, and I didn't have a very good experience, and I didn't log back in, and I never tried it again. And unfortunately, now that I'm meeting people in Mortal Online 2 and hearing stories about that game and things that happened over the years in it, I feel like maybe I might have missed out on a really cool experience. But a couple days ago, I came across a video by Kira TV. I believe that's how you say it, and he put out a video talking about it, and apparently he had played the original for a long time, and he made some great points about the game, and I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. You should go check that out and check out his videos. He's much more informed about what the game was then and what the game will be coming up. These are more lines with just my impressions of what I experienced. I was a little disappointed to find out that currently the game is in a state where they wanted people, I guess, it seems to me, just test out the PvP combat and the crafting. So what they were doing is there's these boxes around town filled with armor and money, and you can use the money to go to vendors that basically have tons of the supplies on them in stacks, and you can buy those supplies with the money you found in the crates, and then experiment with the materials to craft whatever you want, and then use those things you craft to go back into the streets and duel some more. And that's been a good time. I mean, I've had a lot of fun doing it. It doesn't sound like much, but, you know, we've had a good time. I've met some cool people, and that's one of the things that I was actually surprised to find out from a game with such hardcore PvP, you know, PK guild reputation, is the community's actually been really friendly so far, really good. They might run up and whack you or something, but beat you down, but afterwards, you know, that if you try talking to them, they'll teach you the game, and they'll talk to you about their experiences in the first game and where this game is going. You can get a lot of information from those guys, and going back and forth with them in the street swinging weapons at their heads actually really entertaining.
It says I have 19 attribute points.
My first impressions of the combat is it reminds me a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance, which might make some people cringe, but it's really not that system. But it's you know, that first person directional attack and block stuff, and it's done really well in my opinion in this game. You can set it to use your mouse movements or use your key movements, and depending on your playstyle, one or the other might be better or worse for you, but it gives you the option to play either way, and works out really well. It's a lot of fun. It's hard to get a real grip on, and it's hard to master, but it's not that hard to get in and really start trading blows with somebody. I was, though, a little disappointed that the only thing I could find, at one point I wandered around for a couple hours and was blown away by the map.
This scenery is fucking incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
We'll be directly south of the town, won't we?
Yeah, pretty
Once we're in the valley.
And see, that's another thing, when you, being as you don't have night vision in this game, right? So like if you, oh, there's a lake down there. That looks pretty as shit. But I could only find a few animals and a few bandits in terms of PvE, and you know, I was hoping for more. Me and a couple of the guys we went that I met in town, we went and explored and found a dungeon, and was able to look around in the dungeon. It looks really cool, but there was nothing in it, you know, currently. But there's a patch coming soon, and that's really what's got me interested. Is there's a stress test coming up, and this may be interesting to you guys watching this video. The stress test is coming up on the 25th, and they're going to give out keys, and you'll be able to play the game for free and try it. And there's a patch coming before that that's going to patch in, to my understanding, the PvE content and roll back all this unlimited materials stuff. So it's going to be more representative of what the game's going to be when they launch on Steam. So if you want to try it for free, keep an eye out and jump in around the 25th, and don't feel the need to run out and donate money right now to the project to be able to get in a week early, because unless you just really want to get in there and PvP in the streets or wander the map, because that's really what you're going to be doing right now, unfortunately. Me and a couple of the guys that I met in town, also a couple different guys, we decided to take a journey. We were going to try to see just how big the map was, because we could see for a long ways, and we were wondering just how big this map really is. And holy crap, I can't say the last time I've had such a sense of scale, except maybe Star Citizen when I first tried it. I mean, the sense of scale here is unbelievable. I'm thinking is just imagine how big this fucking place is. Because look this way. There's shit. That hill over there is about that far away. That means
That's about the same fucking distance.
Yeah, that's like as far as we've came just to get that far.
That's even farther, man.
We walked for a complete day and night cycle. It felt like a couple hours. I don't know how long it really was, but it was definitely over an hour. And we walked from a place called, let me see here, a place called Viburnum down to a place called Vada, which if you look at the map here is not that far. And this is the old map from the original game. Now keep in mind they're remaking the world. From my understanding, it's the same game world, but it's 4 to 5 times larger in scale than the original game's map. And the detail on the rocks and the ground and the different foliage, and when you would move from one place to the other, how things naturally seemed to blend together and change was unbelievable. And how I could see things out in the distance, you know, for a long way and know that I could actually go to that, because that's what we were testing, you know, where's the walls here? And you could walk for an hour and walk through a night cycle like that and turn around and look back and see what you came from so far off in the distance, turn around and see where you were trying to go that's just as far or further in the distance, and realize you just came an entire hour and just be blown away by that. Now, I did talk to a guy that played the game for years that said that he knows somebody that knows the world well and knows the systems well, that was able to, make a character, I guess, that was light, could run fast, and he knew what he was doing. He crossed the map in 2 hours. Now, if you think about it, crossing the map in 2 hours is really big. But I'm going to tell you, as a regular person, the 3 of us in heavy armor trying to travel far, we spent more than that, and we didn't go near about that far. There's no way we would have been able to travel the map as we were geared and with our knowledge of the game on foot in 2 hours. There was no way. It would have took us twice that easy. It would have probably took us 4 hours, which, boom, that just blows my mind. I don't know about you guys, but holy crap, it's big and beautiful. And so that's really the only thing I can say right now is my impressions are that the map is unbelievably huge and beautiful, and the PvP combat, the combat system in the game is really nice. The crafting system is unbelievable. Because as I checked out the crafting system, as it turns out, it's not like a game where Warcraft or something where you this sword with this name or whatever, you make it with this many regents, you click it and it makes it, and it's the same every time. It's not like that. You got to experiment. You have different slots for materials. You can put different types of materials in there, mix and match materials, and then you have sliders that let you change values of materials, and depending on how much of what materials you have mixed where you get different results, and you can't see those results until you craft it. So you craft it, then you look at it and you see what those results were, and then you use it, sell it, or trash it or whatever, and then you have to make adjustments to all that and see what your results are again. And so when they say somebody spends the time to become a master swords crafter, they mean they literally spend the time to become a master swords crafter. And he's not going to share that information with you, what his sliders and what his materials are when he makes a great weapon, because that's, people will know that person, come to them and buy those things. And I think that's pretty amazing. I don't know, you tell me, but name another game where that kind of happens. It's been a long time. I can remember in Dark Age of Camelot, there was a few crafters that some of us knew that would return to. Like there was this one crafter, she would always make me my meat cleavers for my troll and stuff like that. But, even then, even in that game, it wasn't quite as in depth. And I don't think even then you could reach the same renown that you'll be able to reach in this game as a crafter, possibly. So that's my impressions. I love what I'm seeing so far. I can't wait for this patch to be able to see the PvE stuff patched into the game, and then, see how the stress test holds up. Hopefully this game generates some speed. People come and check it out, because that's what I'm worried about, is this thing's flying so under the radar that it could be very unfortunate here to have something that really brings something great to the MMO genre and people not even notice it. So, if you are interested and you come try it out, tell your other friends to come try it out. March 25th, get your key then and come in and try it and see what you think, So I don't know. That's my impressions. Super cool. Getting kind of hyped for something I didn't expect to be hyped for at all. And see you guys out there, hopefully.